Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we create new content as often as Spirit allows and where I share my personal transformations with you. I hope everyone is doing well on today as I come back to bring you another video. On today, I just want to talk to you about the importance and the urgency. You don't know how urgent this message is for you to walk away and release and let go of everything and everyone that you know in your heart and in your mind and in your soul that is keeping you stagnant from the person that God has created you to be. A lot of us are already or have already walked away from those things or people, those choices, those jobs, whatever the case may be. Anything that's keeping your vibration at a lower frequency, you are being asked to release it at this time. Some of you have already been, already told this by God yourselves, and some of you are waiting on that confirmation, on that little boost. Okay, I know that this is not easy. I know that these are people that you love. I know this, but you have been in a position for long enough that it should be easier for you to walk away from it. These things or people have been causing you to be stagnant in your growth. Some of you have already walked away and you are going to be rewarded. Oh my God, you can't even believe why you are going to be rewarded. After you are rewarded, then I'm going to let you know why you are being rewarded. After your reward, I'm going to come back with another video to let you know why you were being rewarded. It's for your obedience and it's for your own protection. This next solar eclipse that we're about to have over the next 3 days is going to cause so much chaos and confusion if you are not in your rightful place with God. We are on a new timeline, we are on a new realm, and we are on a new dimension. All of the foolery, all of the mockery of God is about to stop. Okay, some of us are in the position like myself that we know we shouldn't be in. You have spoke so highly of God. You have let people know about the goodness of God. All of your lives, you have just showed yourself so pleasing to God. You have like been so obedient to God as best as you could. It was not easy for you to love your enemies. It was not easy for you to love when people treated you wrong. It was not easy to do what God told you to do, but you did it. It was not easy for you to be the only one to show love in that marriage, but you did it. You did what God told you to do, and now you are about to be rewarded. Like, I was getting, you and God are like Bonnie and Clyde. God is your rock. God is your solid foundation. God is all that you know. God is all that you knew. God is the only one that understood you when you were going through what you were going through. Everybody else around you, they made fun of you. They laughed at you. They were not concerned about you. They did not give you the helping hand that you needed, and they knew that they could. It was not that they was destined to do these things. It was that some of these people were your own mother, your own father, saw you going through these things, and they would not help you. But God is a God that is so good. God sees you in need of something, God is your Father in heaven, and God is not going to give it to you because you were holding on to something that you knew that it was keeping you bogged down. You knew that you knew what love was. You knew what you were dealing with wasn't love. But you sacrificed yourselves. I understand now, Holy Spirit, have your way. You took control of the conversation again. You sacrificed yourselves for these people because you wanted them to come on that magical carpet ride with you. You wanted them to see God the way you saw God. That's why you were so forgiven so many times, because you were the examples in these people's lives of what God truly was. You was real love to these people, but these people trample over you. See, now it's time for you to value yourself. And if you can't make that decision to value yourself the way God is valuing you at this point, then you're going to be stuck right there with them. In this season, you're going to have to choose yourself over everyone and everything that's been keeping you bound. Because a foundation that's built on lies, it won't stand any longer. These people mocked you and they made fun of you for speaking so highly of God. They did all of these terrible things to you. And they said, where is your God? You were the light in these people's lives. And they knew it, but they took advantage of it. But the Most High is saying, how long are you going to continue to deny yourself for man? Do you know not who you are in Christ? Obedience is so much better than sacrifice. Had I obeyed God a long time ago, I wouldn't have to go through this if I had loved myself. But see, I had to know love. I had to get to know love. And now that you've gotten to know love, God has shown you, God has allowed you to feel him. God has allowed you to vibrate on another frequency to where you know that God is who he says he is. And now that you know, you can no longer live your life the same. It's urgent that you walk away. Don't worry about where it is that you will go. Don't worry about how it is that you will be provided for. Because God is about to give some of us some right now blessings. God is about to give some of us some right now blessings to get you out of the situation that you are in. But only because you chose to be obedient. There's so much riding between you and God. And at this point, it has to happen for you. Because you spoke so highly of God. And you're in the situation now that you are more than obedient to God. You're in a situation now where you and God are face to face. So it has to happen for you now. For those of you that may still be a little bit hesitant, I'm here to assure you that it's okay to go ahead and walk away. God will give you strength. God will give you strength, but joy comes in the morning. God will give you strength to make it through this. God will make it easier. I was at a point, and God knew that I was angry. I was real angry. I was having a temper tantrum, and I was just being real. I lost everything. I lost everyone. And I'm sitting here alone, having to go through this alone. But at this point, I'm choosing to be obedient because I see what it costs me to be disobedient. And I don't want that life. I don't want that life anymore. A lot of us may say that we create our reality by what we give our attention to. And that is true. But sometimes we want to know, how can we create a life while we're sitting in that fire? We're trying to learn, how can we create when all that we've ever been around is dysfunction, when all that we have ever been around is a stagnant environment. How can we create from there? And the answer was, you had to go within. That's why it took me so long to get to where I am now mentally, because I had to go within. I had to learn these secrets. See, the enemy does not want us to know who we are. The enemy does not want us to know that we really can have these things that are here on earth for us to receive. How will you know? I'm hearing Whitney Houston. How will I know if he really loves me? Like, I don't know where that came from, but how will you know if you are going on the right path? Is always going to be by the way you feel. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. That is your intuition. God is frequency. Some of us have been so tapped out of who we were for a long time, and it's because of the environment that we are born and raised into. This conversation is not to talk down upon the households that you grew up in, because everybody learned from the level in which they was conceited on. If that makes sense, if you grew up in that environment, then of course that's all that you're gonna know, unless you want to change. Don't become a product of your environment. It's okay to want better. People are gonna probably want to look down their nose at you. People are not going to understand you the same, because we lack, because of not having that wisdom, that knowledge, and that understanding that the Most High granted us with. You have to seek God by going within. There's information given to us in books as well, but there is not going to be anything like the source. The source is God. Realms upon realms, dimensions upon dimensions of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Seek God by going within, and then you open that book. And this way you can discern, you can be able to discern what is from the Most High and what is not, which routes to take and which ones to leave alone. Because some of us are about to embark on some different territory, and the journey may become unfamiliar. And when you are walking into unfamiliar territory, you're going to have to know what to take with you and what to leave behind. And everybody can't go where God is taking you right now. And that's because of the frequency that these people are on. They are still like trapped in the matrix. They are still believing that the only way for them to make $1 is to go to work, or whatever the situation. We're going to have to understand that we are going to be attracting things to us. If you are on the different frequency, then you will understand. That is why it's going to be so important for you to turn the TVs off in this season. Because if you give your attention and your time to the chaos and the confusion that's on the news, you're going to get more and more and more of that in your lives, because you are creating that by giving your attention to it. And with astrology's predicaments, and the Saturn return, all of the solar eclipses that we're having, these things are not just happening. This is an understanding that as above, so below, as within, so without. All of this ties in together, bringing heaven to earth. It's so deep. Well, it may not be deep, I don't know. It's just deep for me because I'm new to it. But see, that's right, it's not deep. I'm new to it. The higher ups always knew about this. That's why they rob you from your childhood. That's why they presented you with cell phones and iPhones and Apple Watches and shopping malls. All of that to keep you distracted from who you are within. It's so much more fun so much more better things in the 3D matrix than going shopping. And you're going to be presented with these new ideas. You're going to be presented a new way of living, things that you never thought existed. If you chose to walk away from the past, if you chose to obey God, then something major, spectacular, so fun, so outstanding is about to happen for you. Because you've been rocking and rolling with God since day one. People mocked you, and people said, "Where is your God?" You kept on going back to the well. You were not seeing anything take change in your lives. But it was all because you was giving your attention to the wrong things and to the wrong people. And because you were giving your attention to the wrong things and to the wrong people, you could never get up out of that pit. But you decided to turn the page, and you decided to be obedient to God for once. You decided to seek the will of God. You decided to be open You are about to receive a right now, a right on time blessing. Don't take this message lightly.